Good morning, everyone. It's Gerald Glassford. No, it's not the Magic Man, but it is me, Gerald Glassford. Want to thank you so much for watching and listening. It is Magic Man in the morning. I said we would have a Magic Man in the morning, and we do indeed. So, good morning, everyone. I've got my OJ orange juice right here for you because since I'm not actually a good coffee drinker, wanted to go ahead and thank everyone for watching and listening again. Once again, being part of Magic Man in the morning, and well, sorry, Jamie. It is Gerald. A poor imitation indeed, but glad to have everyone here. Thanks so much for watching. Again, it is Magic Man in the morning. I wanted to let everybody know that we've got a great evening planned for everyone. If you have not already signed up for playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break, please do so. We're going to cover the game for you as only we can. Plus also as well the best post game in town right here for the Lakers Fast Break. I'm hoping at some time today we will preview the game on a snack pack later today. So looking forward to going ahead and doing that as well. But for now, I wanted to talk about, this morning, I know one of the issues since Darvin Ham taking out AD when the game was 75-74, the Lakers only down one late in that third quarter, just before that epic collapse. I know a lot of people are asking for changes in the rotation because of the fact that we're just not getting that kind of production from what we see. Well, I know OJ's not as good as coffee, but Jamie, but what can I say? What can I say? The Podfather is always a welcome sight. Thank you. But, I know a lot of people have been talking about the rotations, the fact that the Lakers beyond Rui Hachimura and even at times some inconsistent play from Dennis Schroeder this series, we've not been able to get a consistent eighth or ninth guy in the rotation. So I wanted to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring in Mr. Ox 1947 himself. And there he is. There he is. Good morning, sir.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, my friend?
Good.
All right.
Had a little.
Okay for you.
I got my water here.
I do want to ask you, though, good thing I got you here because, I've been hearing from everybody ever since Darvin Ham took out AD late in that third quarter. A lot of people have been asking for changes in the rotation. And you and I have been talking about how the Lakers all series long have not gotten a consistent eighth or ninth individual off that bench to perform at any kind of consistent level. TBJ has given you only a couple defensive moments, but he's, has, as you said during the playback, he is nowhere even anywhere close to being confident anymore in his shot. Beasley has been awful. I know Laker Tom on Twitter has been talking about Bamba, and just about how getting Bamba in there, but you and I both know he is not athletic or quick enough to provide enough rim protection if they go five out. So your thoughts on this, my friend? What can Ham do to resolve some of these issues? Because AD has to rest at some point in time. I mean, even if you're giving him 40 minutes, but still, that's a crucial time when he's out of the game.
You have no option, really. Wenyan Gabriel is not capable of playing the way you would need a backup center to play.
Yeah.
Mo Bamba, I don't believe has the motor to play consistently in an NBA playoff game. LeBron has been used as a center because that's your really only option to have in a setting like this with some size and someone who can actually, block a shot. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but he's kind of in his 2016 block mode at the moment, and I'd say that's probably better than anybody else off the bench that can do. Taking AD out, you guys have to understand AD is still a human being. He needs rest. I know that we've seen guys play 48 minutes in a game in the past. I don't know if that's necessarily going to work in today's game. The game is too fast-paced. There's not enough half-court offense to rest during a game. So what I think Darvin Ham's been doing is I think he's trying to hold AD off as much as he can to have him fresh for the end of the games. That's my interpretation. That's what I've seen. And we can blame that. We can blame Darvin Ham for every loss. I'm not saying he's a good coach. He's an average coach at best. But that particular decision isn't something that I think is warranted in terms of bad decision making. It's a necessity because you guys, we all have, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? That's the old saying. Well, the reason why AD misses those shots at the end of games and misses free throws is probably because he's tired. I guess if AD got in better shape, whatever that means, maybe it would help. I don't know. But I think it's tied to the fact that he's trying to manage everyone's abilities during a 48-minute span. And the Lakers should not be focusing on when to take someone out for a rest more, and focus more on the fact that we have guys that are not making shots that should be making shots. Guys like Troy Brown Jr., guys like Malik Beasley. D'Angelo Russell needs to start playing all 4 quarters instead of a 5-minute spurt every game. These guys are there to help AD and LeBron. LeBron is in his 24th season, counting playoffs. AD is guarding half the league when he plays. We need the other guys to kind of hit their open shots. I'm not expecting them to be superstars, but when you have an open shot, can you please hit one every now and then? I mean, that's if that doesn't happen, it's going to be it's going to be difficult to win consistently as this thing gets deeper into the playoffs. Should the Lakers win tonight?
And I agree with you on that because, again, when it comes down to it, this supposed depth we got from the trade deadline is showcasing itself not to be the case because we're just not able to get enough consistent play from anyone beyond Rui Hashimura. Even Dennis Schroeder has been struggling heavily in this series for most of the series, so that's been disappointing. I know Jamie Sweet has said Wenyen hasn't had any impact at all, but almost a limited minutes, but you're talking about a guy that's been, again, a guy that's lucky to be in this league. I think he's good enough now, I think, to the point where he might have a spot as a 13th guy somewhere on any team. But the problem is you got a guy that you're trying to rely on for any kind of minutes that should be not playing any major minutes for you in the playoffs, even off the bench.
You'll see a correlation when Dennis doesn't play well, the Lakers lose. Have you noticed that? And when Dennis doesn't play well, this is the second donut he's gotten when we've gotten beat.
Yeah.
We need Dennis to play well.
Yeah.
We need Dennis to play well, and we need D'Angelo Russell to play well. When those two guys play well, it takes a lot of just baggage off this team.
It does.
We need to start looking into that. AD can have 30-15 games and the Lakers will lose. LeBron can have a bad game and lose or have a good game and lose. It's really D'Angelo Russell and Schroeder not having good games that have said basically it's a guaranteed loss. We cannot have those guys have a bad game tonight. If they have a bad game tonight, we don't win tonight. We need 15 points from each of them. We need 30 points between each D'Angelo Russell and Schroeder tonight, and it's very likely that the Lakers will win tonight.
Man, if we can get 40 points off our bench tonight, plus the regular production from the starters, something consistent from D'Angelo Russell outside of just maybe a stretch of 2 minutes each and every game where he becomes the hot man. If we can get some type of consistency from him and from Austin Reeves, the Lakers should have no problem winning tonight.
So Yami Sweet is already in off-season mode. I don't know if that's a good sign, but D'Angelo will solidify a max deal if he takes the Lakers to the championship. He would get a max deal, likely from the Lakers. If he craps out, let's say the Lakers lose tonight and lose Game 7 to Memphis, the Lakers have a bargain at their hands at that point. But you would also, get, Sean and Jamie are probably going to screech when I say this, but the Lakers are probably going to look at Kyrie Irving out of Dallas if D'Angelo doesn't come through here.
Yeah,
that's something they're going to look at because we cannot have a third guy or at least third and fourth guys come up donuts with an aging LeBron and an AD that's starting to get into that other side of his prime.
Also, I wanted to mention Vando. He talked about Vando not getting more than 15, 20 minutes at best, and I think a lot of people have been asking about that. We know that his offensive deficiencies, as it's still surprising when he hits from the outside, but clearly the way that the Grizzlies are playing him on offense, when the Lakers are on offense, it's really tough to keep him out there because again they slight the whole defense and shift that over, begging him to shoot when he's on the court.
Yes, I highly recommend that Vander, since we're talking a little bit about the offseason, I highly recommend that Vandy shoots 1,000 threes this summer. Yeah. I think he's extremely valuable. He just needs to hit 2 or 3 threes to keep teams honest the game, and he would be the quintessential 3D guy. At the moment, I don't know if he's equipped to hit threes on the road. I think he's more apt to hit those at home. The defensive stops that he makes at home will be more energizing, so that'll reinvigorate him even more. So I'm expecting that kind of setup with Vando tonight, as he's on Ja Morant. A couple plays he makes against Ja would ignite all the confidence for him and obviously the team. The Lakers have played this series like a prototypical team that's got talent, that has some stuff that doesn't have home court. They've done everything. Okay, they've won a game in Memphis. They've won both games at home, and now they have the control of their destiny at home tonight to close it out. I'm not going to say anything until after tonight's game. I haven't been negative because Lakers in 6 is an extremely realistic win in a series of this magnitude. Lakers win tonight. They beat a 2 seed as a 7 seed in 6. That's a win. Okay. That's a win.
And most of our predictions had the Lakers winning in 6. I predicted the Lakers in 6, although mine was very shaky. Kenneth Stone was very adamant on it. I think Sean, Nick, a lot of other guys, and Laker Tom, they were talking Lakers in 6. So this is something that we expected, that game 6 would be on the line for the Lakers.
It's playing out exactly how you guys predicted. So to get to rant and rave about, oh, why did we lose game 5 and why did we lose game 2? Okay, game 2 was kind of weird because Ja wasn't playing. He should have won that game. However, Memphis is a very good team, and they've won without Ja. So that shouldn't surprise you either, that the Memphis Grizzlies are actually a good team. They're a 2nd seed, and they've had a very good record without Ja. And they're playing at home, and they're the best home team. I mean, and they're the best defensive team in the league, in my opinion. In my opinion, they're the best defensive team. So win tonight, and all this doesn't matter. It just doesn't. You guys, we can't rant about nonsense. That's what those idiots on ESPN and those schmuckies on whatever, it's because their producers tell them to create the drama. Okay, I get the entertainment value of that, but this is about also being smart. This is playing out exactly how we want as a Laker fan. We are at home in a game 6 to close this out against an extremely talented team. Young, all that crap, yeah, but this is a very, very good team. And the Lakers are 48 minutes away from making history here in more ways than one. Playing in the West, getting past the first round, a 7 seed beating a 2 seed, which is extremely rare. And then on top of that, you are setting the team up for a crazy run that looks like it's probably going to go through Golden State and Denver and likely the Celtics in the finals. So this could be a run of for the ages if this should work out the way we hope. And that I'm not gonna look past that until I don't have to.
You and I both, my friend. But I'll tell you what, it's been great having you here on the show. You've got Desmond Bain already guaranteeing the Lakers are going to lose in Game 6, that they're going to take it back to Memphis in Game 7. The status of Luke Kennard and his shoulder, we're not 100% sure. I'm still guessing at this point in time, unless I hear otherwise. And I'll report it on the Lakers Fast Break Twitter handle out there at Lakers Fast Break if or not he's going to be available for tonight's game. But I have a feeling he is, because that's just how the way the Lakers get the kind of luck and the kind of bounces. But his shoulder, he did injure against LeBron in Game 5, so we'll see what happens there. But my friend, I know that a lot of people are still wondering about what's going to go on for tonight, but we're going to be on tonight for playback, and we're going to be on tonight for the post game. Hopefully I can sneak a snack pack in as preview before the game starts. But any last thoughts, if you can't make that a snack pack, any last thoughts before we head on out?
I hope Darvin Ham sits Schroeder and D'Angelo today before the game and basically tells them, guys, we need you guys to shine tonight. There's a very, very high probability if you two shine tonight that we're closing this thing out. LeBron's going to be there after his Game 5 dud. AD's been there on defense like a madman all series. I'm not worried about that. That's why it's going to be more important for the guys to step up on the offensive end. If D'Angelo and Schroeder can play well on offense, LeBron's going to do his thing. AD will chip in obviously on offense still, but his defense will help. Let's get this thing going, guys. Let's get this thing as a team. Let's all do our part. Hit your open shots at least at a 40% clip tonight. Troy Brown Jr., Beasley, Vando, D'Angelo Russell, Schroeder, Reeves, all you guys hit at least 40% of your shots from deep at home, and we're going to the next round.
I want to ask you this before we head on out, and actually Juan has it down as far as shutting down Desmond Bain. The backcourt for the Grizzlies, they both cannot go off, because that's actually a lot of trouble for the Lakers if they did. Is there a possibility you might want to put Vando on Bain and just let Ja try to go off and do it himself? Because when he tries to do it himself, as we saw in Game 3, he tried, he scored the miraculous 22 points in a row, et cetera, 45 points, but they ended up on the short end. Your thoughts on that, my friend? Because if it's just to the point where Memphis is relying on one individual, maybe that's better off than, having the rest of the team try to score a lot of points and get a lot of success against the Lakers with Bain and Jackson. If Bain and Jackson have off games, that could spell doom for the Grizzlies.
If you have a comfortable lead, yes, 100%. The reason why that worked is because you had a healthy lead and you basically shut down everyone on that team except Ja. And then Ja was doing his miraculous 22-point straight thing and pretty much took out his team doing that, and the Lakers allowed that to happen. I saw that in Game 5 in the 2010 finals. Kobe went nuts in Boston. Everyone was going crazy, and we all were too. But the reality was every time Kobe made a miraculous shot, it just kept feeling like the lead kept either staying the same or kept getting extended higher. Yeah, I absolutely would agree to put Vando on Bain to shut everyone else down. Really, Bain's the only other guy that can create and shoot and get into a streaky a good streak in terms of shooting. But again, this is in LA, and this is role player central, right? Home games are role player centrals. So as long as the role players hit their open shots at a 40% clip from deep tonight, and D'Angelo and Schroeder don't play duds, the Lakers will very, very likely win tonight.
If they can slow down the other guys and see what they can do to just close the lane and make it a little bit harder for Ja to penetrate. If Ja has to rely on his three-pointers, he's been shooting well at three-pointers in this series, but how long can that continue? Because his consistency, obviously, during the season was in question. But yeah, if they can make it harder for Ja a little bit and then also try to slow these guys down as far as Triple J and Bain, I think they got this game, man. I think they can get this game.
This is what we were hoping for. It's playing out exactly how we hoped. I didn't think it was going to be anything. I thought 7 was realistic if Ja played healthy the whole way, right? Which is originally what it was. But 6 was the hope. 6 is how it would play out if the Lakers got a game in Memphis and won their home games. It's just it's set up for it. We are set up to win this series. If they don't win this game, they're not title contenders. It's that simple. So I'm not even going to be likely upset if they blow this game, because then at that point, we're going to know after tonight that they're likely not going to win a championship anyways. Tonight's game is going to tell you everything about what the next 2 months is going to be about. Now, they're likely going to play the Golden State Warriors should they win tonight, which means they could lose that series too. But losing to Golden State isn't something to be ashamed of, I guess. At the end of the day, they are the champs. But the point is, these are the games that prove that you are at a specific level. The level that the Lakers have to be on at this point is, because you have LeBron where he is and you have AD on your team in his prime, this is a title or bust era at this point. So this is the game you have to prove that you are worthy of being a title contender. Win tonight's game and you continue that thought.
Do you think, last thing, is LeBron James himself? LeBron has very much looked his age at time in this series. Do you think he'll be able to go ahead and, with only 1 day's rest, focus in on doing better? Obviously, he's had those comments after the game that he's got to play better, and he will play better in Game 6. Do you expect a better Game 6 from LeBron?
I'm better than he had in Game 5, but reality of life is, I watched Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol screw up a series against Oklahoma City in 2012. Mike Brown got a lot of blame for that, which I thought was unfair. I thought it was very unfair. It tailed into the following year. They didn't win a preseason game, and then they lost the first few games of the regular season. Then Mike got bounced.
Yeah.
I thought that was unfair. I wasn't against firing Mike Brown, more so because I just felt like Mike Brown doesn't belong there. He didn't belong in LA. LA is a very temperamental, very just aggravating place to coach, because it's like you're sitting there, you have a good game plan. They had a fantastic game plan in 2012 against Oklahoma City. And unfortunately, Kobe and Pau cost them that series. Why? Because Kobe was in his almost 18th season. It happens that your body doesn't do things it wants to do at the end. And you're talking about a guy that probably spent more time on a basketball court off the court than he did on the court in actual games. So a lot of wear and tear there, a lot of mental tear that a lot of players sometimes don't recognize. Yeah. My dad used to say it. My dad would say it the most simplest way. My dad was a phenomenal soccer player. I mean, phenomenal. He was a bullet. He was the king of the headers from the I'm drawing a blank here. Corner kicks, sorry. And my dad told me years ago, he goes, he was dribbling the ball, and all of a sudden he just tripped over his feet. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, well, maybe I, got my foot got caught on the ground. And all of a sudden he started noticing it kept happening. And he's like, what the hell is going on? Like, his mind and his body were not connecting. At some point that age thing hits.
Yeah.
If LeBron hits that issue, you still can't fault him. He's so above and beyond over what he's supposed to be doing that it doesn't really matter anymore. Like, if he comes out and has a dud, of course, all the haters are going to pounce on him and talk about Jordan and this and all this crap. I'm like, dude.
Oh my gosh,
it's so many 20 freaking years. It's gonna happen, and it might happen tonight because it's 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna fault him for that. My thing was, and I said it on the post-game show after Game 5, I saw effort in that loss. I didn't see guys loafing. They just got beat by a team that was desperate and has a ridiculous amount of talent, that play the best defense in the league, that were playing at home. They're the best team at home, and they have a freaking Bo Jackson speed point guard that I can't even see going anywhere and can control the ball. I mean, this is not – they're not playing the Charlotte Hornets on an evening on February. This is a very good team. So tonight we're going to find out how this plays out. LeBron has an epic game. We get a chance to see LeBron continue this unprecedented run, and then we'll complain about things in the next series if we have to.
I will tell you, it's been great having you on, my friend. Wishing you a good morning and a good day. Hopefully we can sneak in a snack pack before game, but if not, please go ahead and join us anyways for playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. It's free to sign up. You can join in. There's people from all around the world in our chat room all the time. It's such a great crowd that joins us. So interesting, a eclectic mix that joins us for each and every playback. So I hope you get a chance to join us unfiltered right there via playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And then, of course, looking forward to our post game, hopefully with the Lakers win tonight after the game right here at Lakers Fast Break. And the chat room has been great. Guys, you've been awesome this morning. Alex says, like I've said before, the only way LeBron can dominate a game is through the post. So again, maybe they should show that as a different look for a few times down low. I think that's a good way to go ahead and maybe shake things up. Again, movement for me has been an issue, but then again, that's the whole season. Movement a little bit more in the offense, that would be outstanding. But again, I don't expect much at this point that Ham's going to change, but maybe some post looks from LeBron, something to shake things up before we head on out.
That only works if your guys are hitting the open shot, because what's going to happen is he's going to draw the double team. He's going to exert a lot of energy doing that, which if LeBron is going to exert energy, you need the role players to make the open shot. And obviously he can't play 40 to 42 minutes like that. So take that into consideration. If you are doing your job as the surrounding talent and you want to run LeBron in the post, make your shots, and LeBron can only likely play about 30 to 33 minutes if you're going to do that. Just know that, guys. That's what it is. That's what you're going to have to do. I'm totally for it. The closer LeBron is to the basket, you know how I am with that, the better things are. And he has that turnaround jumper this last few years, even though he hasn't been using it a lot the last couple of years. I'm sure he still has it, and it helps. But you have to keep the defense honest at that point. I just don't see it in this particular series. I think the Grizzlies have way too much talent on the defensive side. They have length with Triple J.
I can see more in the Golden State series.
Absolutely, especially against someone that slappy Draymond Green. He had one freaking game, just coincidentally had to happen in this last game. One good game in the last 2 years, and all of a sudden he thinks he's Jamal Wilkes. I mean, come on. Come on, Sacramento. You let this guy go off on you, you should be embarrassed.
Well, we'll see what happens. Alex, Jamie has been great in the chat. Also, want to make sure that Juan gets a shout out as well. You guys have been so awesome watching us this morning. Hopefully, everybody will have a good morning and an absolutely great day. Looking forward to the game tonight, my friend. See if we can get a snack pack, but if not, please join us anyways on playback.tv and, of course, right here at the Lakers Fast Break. So for Joe Soro, it's Gerald Glassford. Jamie says I'm hogging up the Wi-Fi here. It's actually a Maverick I'm in front of, not a Starbucks. So instead of hogging your Wi-Fi, I better head on out, my friend. But cheers to you, my friend, Joe Soro. Cheers to everyone out there. Orange juice at handy. But it is Magic Man in the morning. Giving a big shout out to Sean. He's been doing a lot of stuff this week, so hopefully he'll join us tonight. But Joe, wishing you a great day, my friend. Stay safe, and then I'll see you tonight for a great game tonight. So, all the best to you, my friend. Have a great day at work. Running SimBlades with a Y.com. Go ahead and get a new lawn today from SimBlades with a Y.com. It's Gerald Glassford and Joe Soro from LakersBall.com. Gerald Glassford from here from the Lakers Fast Break. Go ahead and check out my new episode of the Pop Culture Cosmos I just dropped this morning, so go ahead and check that out as well. And for Joe Soro, it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching and listening. It's Magic Man in the morning. Have yourself a good morning, an awesome Laker day. Good luck to the Lakers tonight.